This is something that I feel and to not express the gender would actually lead to depression, anxiety, depression. I, at each stage of my life, every time just wanted to speak to someone, to be able to just feel better, to not feel anxious, that I'm not really a freak. I am someone who's a normal human being, born a male, but can feel like a woman inside.
Pink lips, sharp eye corners, and neatly done hair. Donning all of these compliments and sharing her plight, the person you see on your screen is a 36-year-old litigating attorney, Suzan Norman from Delhi NCR Gurgaon. What's Suzan's story and what's the story of others like her? Do they feel anxious and left out in this world? Take a look at this story from Suzan's point of view.
I, at each stage of my life, every time just wanted to speak to someone, to be able to just...
Born a male, Suzan had feelings of a female and went for feminine things at the age of 14. Initially, Suzan didn't know why and was confused about who she was. But eventually, at the age of 11, she sought medical help and figured out her life. However, Suzan still feels that the society hasn't accepted her yet. She still feels that there's a void yet to be filled in the way people like her are perceived.
I went to some medical professionals because I think I exhibited some features of a woman and I was pumped with testosterone, and the medical professional did not find it necessary at that time, because there was little awareness then to even seek my consent. But, it didn't really change anything. I still had feminine feelings, I still had feminine emotions, and I really wish at that time I would have been asked for consent. Somebody sought my consent and asked me how I felt. At 17, I came out to my parents, told them that I felt like a woman, but they couldn't really understand what I was saying. And again, I wish that there was someone at that age to speak with, or they could speak to a professional and take some advice. I would have definitely told that professional at that stage that I feel like a woman. This is something that I feel, and to not express the gender would actually lead to depression, anxiety, depression.
And the feeling of not being able to express her gender almost brought a rift between Suzan and her partner.
Feel it's very important for us to be open to people we love. And I told my partner how I felt, and she just thought that I cross-dress and it is something I do occasionally. And as time went, I understood this is not going away. This is something that I feel, and to not express the gender would actually lead to repression, anxiety, depression. I, at each stage of my life, every time just wanted to speak to someone, to be able to just feel better, to not feel anxious, to feel accepted. I started coming out to my friends. I sought gender counseling at the age of 33, and it really helped me to be diagnosed as transgender, to know that there are other people who can go through this, that I'm not really a freak. I am someone who's a normal human being, born a male, but can feel like a woman inside.
But life is all about hope. Suzan had hope and she finally opened up about her gender with her partner, and now they have a beautiful baby together.
After that, it really changed things for us. My wife and I came into self-acceptance of my feelings, and she understood that this is something that I am going through, and she was able to seek guidance. I was able to seek guidance, and it really helped our marriage, our relationship. Today we have a beautiful baby, and we're bringing this baby in this world where it's a world of openness, acceptance, where people can just be who they are. That's my really real wish for him, for my child.
In India, there are many Suzan who feel left out because they are of a different gender. Social acceptance is something that's missing from the fabric of our society, and the absence of it has shunned the people like Suzan. According to the 2014 census, there were about 450,000 transgender people in India. But at the time, they had very little visibility in our culture. Now, with their population expanding, they seek status in society than being dismissed as freaks. Social conditioning is a double-edged sword. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But in the case of people like Suzan, social conditioning has only been a curse. Acceptance should come from within, not by force. Ultimately, Suzan and other transgenders deserve the respect and status as any other person irrespective of gender.